You must be wondering, besides my life, what else am I going to carry along with me in that 23 kg of luggage bag to relocate into another country? Well, in today's video, I've got you. This video is going to help you save time, and it might potentially save you money because you are going to avoid having to pay for extra luggage. What I am sharing is what I think is most important. Okay, so without wasting any much of your time, guys, let's get right into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about that I think is the most important thing is your documents. Bring your original documents, your passport, your visa acceptance letter, and also your certificates, because as a nurse, when you start your registration with the NMC, you're going to upload all your documents into NMC portal. However, the NMC, during your OSCE examination, they might need all these documents that you uploaded in your NMC portal. When I came myself, I have this file. This is the file I brought in. So I bought this in PAP stores, I think. So just go get it and put all your documents. This is my visa acceptance letter. It's in there. So I brought it. It was in my file. And some of the files I brought in was my birth certificate, my police clearance from back home, my nursing or my qualification certificate, my certificate for initial registration, and also I made a copy of my COS and also my offer letter, because the immigration officers, they might ask for it, so it might be very wise for you to bring it along. I also have my TB certificate in my folder. What else have I got? Let's have a look. So these other ones is like your COVID, but now we don't need, I don't think we do need a COVID, but depending on the route that you are taking to come to the UK. So bring in your documents and make sure that they are originals, not copies. Be sure that you put them in your hand luggage, so that your luggage get lost, you know that you've got your documents, because if you don't bring them for your OSCE, you might not write your OSCE exam. The other thing to consider bringing is, of course, money. This depends from individual to individual. Other people are thrifty, other people are impulsive buyers, so it all depends on you, on an individual. There isn't any specific amount that I can tell you bring it along. You know yourself, you know how you spend, so that one is dependent on you. Some agencies, they do suggest the amount to bring along, because I remember my friend back in the days, she was asked to bring 350 pounds by her agency, but that was in 2020, if not beginning of 2021. I brought about 580 pounds, and the reason why I brought that much was because I hate being stranded. I didn't want to be stranded. I didn't want to stress anybody, and was just trying to be safe. It's always wise to prepare for the unexpected, because one of the nurses that I know didn't get paid until the second month, but it was some sort of payroll issue. So bring along some money, guys, for your toiletries. Even though your trust is paying for your flight or your visa or whatsoever, be sure you have a bit of money, and make sure you convert it to pounds before you come into the UK, because do it back home. There's so many places you can change your money at. Guys, bring money. Ladies, the other thing you might want to bring is hair and hair cosmetics. If you are growing your hair, you definitely need to bring your hair cosmetics that you usually use back home, because one, it might not be easy to get them, and if you do get them, it might be really pricey. And make sure that you also bring like your braiding extensions, your 1 million or your whatever brand. Also, hair is quite expensive, so if you are somebody who knows how to do hair, you can do your own hair. You can learn how to do your own hair and just do your hair, because I had to do my hair. This kind of hair I did for like 70 pounds. And also bring your hair wigs. If you are a wig lover, bring your wigs, because when it comes to hair, guys, Another thing that I think it might be important for you to bring along is a laptop. Whether it's new or it's old, guys, bring along your laptop. I'm saying a laptop because I had a very horrible experience with my laptop. It got stolen literally a week before I relocated, so I know the pain. I was struggling to study for my OSCE, so you don't want to experience the same. I know when you relocate, you want to give away things, you want to give people this and that because you are starting over. But please keep your laptop until you've completed your OSCE. You don't want to come here and buy a laptop. I had to buy a laptop from Amazon, but to be honest, that laptop, I don't like it. It's quite small and it was quite expensive as well. Another thing that you would want to bring along is a UK 3-pin adapter. I know that most households in Botswana, they have round socket, and the same goes with the electronics, the chargers like laptop chargers. We get to use round, but here in the UK is 3-pin, so it might be worth you bringing yourself an adapter. Here literally everything is 3 square pinned, so it's going to be difficult to like charge your electronics, especially if you brought your laptop. Another thing to bring along is your usual skincare products and cosmetics, or the toiletry you are using back home. If you don't want to try this and that, just bring your usual cosmetics. My skin personally is very sensitive, so the kind of products that I am using now is the products I've been using back home for so many years, and I make sure that every time I go back home I prioritize on those because I don't want to try this and that. The UK weather has affected a lot of people's skin, so you don't want to be a victim. Unless your skin is not sensitive, then you could be open to try this and that and ultimately settle on one thing that you want to use. Also, under skin cosmetics, bring your makeup products, your usual makeup products that you use back home. Obviously there's makeup here, but it could be difficult to actually get your shade in the shops here, so you might have to opt for an online route. So you need to know your shade, know your shade of foundation, know your shade of powder, know your shade of whatever you're using, so that it's easy for you to purchase it. The other thing to bring along is your uniform, but this one depends on who hires you. Some of the NHS trusts, they do provide uniform. However, you're gonna have to buy your own shoe. So that one is entirely dependent on your trust and your employer. Some care homes, they do tend to, I know my friend who worked in a care home was told to bring black trousers. So just find out what they want. Another thing to bring along is local foodstuffs and spices. The spices, guys, the spices here are horrible. They're very blunt, so you might want to bring your usual spices and herbs that you use from back home. You could get them here online. There's some South African stores or African stores here that you could get some of these spices, but to be honest, African stores here, they're very expensive because they know we're desperate to buy these things. Okay, so just bring a few for at least the first or 2 months or 3 months. Now I bring for the whole year. So this one I think is also important, and that is clothes, guys. Guys, don't bring a lot of clothes when you come to the UK. First of all, some of these clothes you're not even going to wear them, and some of them might not even match the weather here in the UK. If you are coming here in a winter season here in the UK, why are you carrying a crop top? You're not gonna wear it during that winter season, so just bring what you can bring at the time and wait for the next season to come, and then you can buy clothes. Clothes here are very affordable as compared to back home, so don't bring a lot of clothes. But the most important thing that I may advise you to bring along is traditional or native attire, depending on where you are coming from. There could be some social events like Independence Day or whatever the event may be, and you might be required to wear your native clothes. And that thing, guys, is very horrible when you have to wear something that you actually don't want to wear. The last year and this year I attended independence celebration. However, I managed to only capture the independence celebration from last year, so just go to the video and watch it and see what was going on. Last year I had to buy a t-shirt because I didn't want to feel out of place, so I ended up wearing this t-shirt and a jean, and genuinely is actually something that I did not want to wear. And this year I wore a dress, and it's something that I knew I wanted to wear. So just bring along your native attire, and also find from social groups what kind of events happen depending where you are coming from, whether you are coming from Nigeria or Ghana. Some of the things that I have mentioned in this video, do make sure that you do not put them in your checked in luggage. Make sure you carry them on your hand luggage, and that is your documents, maybe a few clothes that if in case your bags get lost, you know that you have clothes for maybe a few days while you're waiting, because it could take about 4 days or 5 days to retrieve your bags. That's if you do retrieve them. Guys, this is just a list of the things that I think are very important in terms of what to pack, what to carry along, guys. So if you are here in the UK and there is something that is of importance that you feel I've left out, do comment down below and tell my people what they can bring and what they cannot bring, okay? But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for clicking in this video, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? Mwah, bye, love ya.